What if I told you that the reason most people feel stuck isn't because they're broken, it's because they're comfortable. They seek ease, but grow weaker. They chase pleasure, but feel emptier. Comfort is the silent killer of strength, and the Stoics knew it all along. Imagine this. You're calm in chaos, unshaken by pain, focused while the world panics. That's not a fantasy. That's Stoic training. And it's brutal, but it's real. If you're tired of feeling soft, lost, reactive, this is your wake-up call. The ancient warriors didn't scroll for motivation, they trained for war. The same laws that built unbreakable leaders like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus are the same laws that can rewire your mind today. If you're ready, let's begin. Law 1. Embrace discomfort like a friend. Most of us are trained to avoid pain. But what if pain is the doorway to your greatest strength? Think back, when did you truly grow? Was it during ease, or in the middle of a storm? Marcus Aurelius faced war, betrayal, and disease. Yet he didn't crumble. He used adversity to shape his character. He once wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." That's not poetic fluff. That's a Stoic law. Control discomfort like cold showers, difficult conversations, grueling workouts. They're not punishments. They are invitations to forge resilience. Seneca practiced sleeping on the floor and wearing rough clothes not out of misery, but out of preparation. Discomfort is your mirror. It shows you who you are, and more importantly, who you're becoming. Stop avoiding small discomforts now so you don't break under bigger ones later. Repeat this. Discomfort is my training ground. Law 2. Stop being owned by your emotions. You feel angry, so you yell. You feel lazy, so you skip. You feel hurt, so you lash out. The Stoics believed this made you a slave not to someone else but to yourself. Epictetus said, "Any person capable of angering you becomes your master." And the truth? Most of us hand over our peace for free. Stoicism doesn't mean suppressing emotion. It means mastering it, observing it, choosing your response. That rude comment doesn't deserve your joy. That breakup doesn't deserve your identity. You're not a robot, you're a warrior. One who feels but doesn't flinch. The next time you feel triggered, ask yourself, is this emotion useful right now? When you stop reacting and start responding, you become someone others can't shake. Emotional discipline is rare, but in a chaotic world, it's magnetic. Law 3. Stop expecting fairness. The world doesn't owe you kindness, success, or justice. You can work hard and lose, love deeply and get betrayed, do right and still suffer. Marcus Aurelius said, "You can commit injustice by doing nothing." Even as emperor, he saw that life isn't fair. But the Stoics didn't waste time wishing it was. They trained for pain. Because when you stop expecting fairness and start building strength, you become dangerous. Seneca once said, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage." You don't grow by crying, "This isn't fair." You grow by saying, "It happened. Now what will I do?" Don't wait for the world to be fair. Become so strong that unfairness can't break you. Law 4. Focus only on what you can control. Most anxiety comes from trying to control what we can't. People's opinions, the future, the outcome. Epictetus said, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." So what's in your control? Your mindset, your choices, your reactions. Not the storm, but how you steer through it. You can't stop the rain, but you can bring a coat. You can't make them love you, but you can act with integrity. You can't fix the world, but you can master yourself. The next time you're overwhelmed, pause and ask, is this mine to control? If yes, act. If no, release. That shift alone will make you invincible to chaos. Law 5. Practice voluntary hardship. We live in an age addicted to ease. But comfort doesn't make you stronger, discipline does. Seneca wrote, "Set aside days to eat little, sleep on the floor, and wear rough clothes, asking yourself, is this what I feared?" Voluntary hardship is training. It could be fasting, cold showers, sitting with boredom, saying no to things you crave. These small acts of resistance forge massive inner will. When you practice discomfort on your terms, life's punches won't catch you off guard. You won't break, you've already bent. Discipline is a superpower, and every small challenge builds your mental armor. Law 6. Detach from outcomes. Fall in love with the process. We obsess over goals, money, praise, results. But Stoics knew the only worthy prize is effort. Epictetus said, "Freedom is won by disregarding things outside our control." So write, not to be famous, but to think clearly. Train, not just to win, but to master your body. Love, not for reciprocation, but to honor your values. The more you chase outcomes, the more fragile you become. But when you focus on your process, you win no matter what. And ironically, that's when results begin to come. Show up. Detach from reward. That's real freedom. Law 7. Embrace death. Live with urgency. Most people waste time like it's infinite, but the Stoics meditated on death not out of fear, but clarity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." This isn't morbid, it's awakening. It reminds you, you don't have forever. That dream, that apology, that lepet can't wait. Seneca said, "It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Memento mori. Remember, you will die. So live not recklessly, but intentionally. Speak truth. Move fast. Love deeply. Work with focus. Every moment matters, because one day, they'll run out. Law 8. Be a warrior for virtue, not approval. In a world obsessed with likes and praise, Stoics lived for principle. Marcus Aurelius said, "Just that you do the right thing. The rest doesn't matter. Do what's right even if no one claps. Speak truth even if no one listens. Train hard even when no one watches." That's virtue. That's strength. And every time you choose principle over popularity, you build a soul no one can break. You don't need applause. You don't need validation. You just need to live so that your future self would nod with pride. Final message. If you've made it this far, something inside you is ready. Not for perfection, but for power. Not for ease, but for truth. This isn't about sounding stoic, it's about becoming unshakable. Marcus, Seneca, Epictetus, they didn't write for comfort. They wrote for the storm. And now, it's your turn. So drop this in the comments. I am becoming unshakable. Like this video, share it, and join the community of warriors who train the mind like a muscle. This is the Stoic path, and it's yours to walk